Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about Vice President Harris's future and what that's going to look like, and whether or not she will be president again. Um, will be president. So without further ado, my guys were telling me, Chris, don't do this video, don't do this video, and I was like, no, I want to do this video. I want to do this video. And they were like, no, you can't do it. She's not ready. I'm like, but I want to do the video. And they're like, okay, you're stubborn, obviously. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the video. I want to do the video. And they're like, okay, fine. We'll let you do the video in exchange that, what's it called? If you want to do the video, we're completely okay with that. But there's a caveat. You have to keep the video short. So this video is going to be a short video. But anyway, nonetheless, we were able to convince my guys to do this video, so hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, engage with the content. The longer you watch this video, you tell the algorithm, hey, I like his content, show me more of his tarot card videos, show me more of his readings and videos and all that stuff. You'll be shown that. Also, go into the description below, follow my Blue Sky account and my Facebook group so you could be notified when I do upload next. I highly recommend try to be active on Blue Sky as much as you can, because Facebook is unreliable. It's starting to become unreliable, so start using Blue Sky if you could. Anyway, without further ado, this video is being recorded on Tuesday, January 28th at 1:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time after 1 a.m. recording this video. So engage with the content. If you guys don't mind, go to all my previous videos, hit the like button, smash that like button, because a lot of people some people are trying to put down the thumb button down. Just try and help the channel whenever you can. Try to hit the like button. Anyway, let's begin. We're not going to waste your time. I don't like wasting people's time, so we're just going to jump right into it. This video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only as well. I read intuitively and I read the energy, so I'm going to give you the likeliest outcome based on the current energies of today. Doesn't mean the energies are going to be the same by tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Energy change, energy shift. The only time that I know that energy does not shift is when something is certain and has been consistent over a long period of time, but the energy has remained steady. So there's that. Anyway, let's begin. We have a lot to get through today, and today will be no different. Let's do it. Will Harris be president? Okay, so spirits and angels tell me, will Vice President Harris be president of the United States? She's waiting, I know that. The bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Swords reversed. It's the defeating of the incumbent. I feel like I asked the wrong question or I worded it incorrectly. I feel like I worded it incorrectly. What's the top of the deck here? We have the Page of Swords reversed. This is interesting. Now, guys, when I do my videos, I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Alright, so, and I have been consistently getting, for a very long time, as you all guys have known, I've been getting consistently that Trump will not be in office for long and he will be removed. Consistently, the energy has been the same for years. And when I say years, I'm not saying this is just a sudden thing that came up. I said this as far back as 2021. This is not something that's just been something that's out of the blue. This has been something that's been consistent. The energy has not changed. This is a consistency. So, now let's read. The first card that we get here is the Knight of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords is kind of somebody who's walking very slowly in slow movements. Here we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups means going back to the past, going back to the way things were in the past. But what were the things that were back in the past? What could they have done? Was when Trump was not in office, 45 was not in office. What could they have done when 45 was not in office? would maybe make a better plan on how to prevent him from gaining power. So I feel like there's a sense of regret. It's what it feels like. It feels like she is in a her and maybe possibly Biden might be regretting the decision to let him take control. I do feel that. Here we have it. So we have the Four of Wands reversed. So yeah, the Four of Wands reversed, which is the White House. It's reversed, which indicates that they are out of power. Obviously, Harris and Biden is out of office, but the Four of Wands is significant because it also indicates here that the Republican is reversed, the Four of Coins is reversed, and the Four of Pentacles is reversed. So the King of Wands reversed, the Four of Pentacles is reversed, and we have the Four of Wands reversed. This is interesting because this is somebody who wants to hold on to power and hold on to control of the White House. And this is the conservative card. Remember, I always said, for those of you guys who are new here, you guys don't know this yet, but whenever I say that somebody is in a position or a chair, when it's upright, that means that they either win the seat, they are going to be the winner, they're going to lose, or they're going to hold on to power, whatever it is. This is what this means, that the person's in control. When it's reversed, it means that they lose control, they lose the election, they lose the result, they are removed, impeached, whatever you name it. That is how this works. This card here is reversed, which tells me, although this means going back to the past with 45, it also means that there's some looming issues heading his way, revolving around his control of the White House. How do I know this? Because this is the ignorance here. It's the fact that he's not paying attention to his executive orders. He's thinking, oh, my supporters support me. But in retrospect, he's creating some problem that is ignorant. And what's going to happen to him when it comes to that ignorance? He's going to lose some strength. He's going to weaken himself. Which is why slow movement wins the race. Remember how I always told you guys, it almost felt like the election was very similar to like the hare versus the tortoise and the race. It's like, yeah, the bunny can run, but the tortoise just walks slowly and slowly towards victory because it's all about how you use your energy. Yeah, we can have the same energy, but it's how you use it. You can use it to run at fast pace, get ahead really quickly, but then you exhausted all those energy, and now you have to rest to regain it back. Whereas if you're a tortoise, you use that same energy over a long duration of time, and as you slowly move, you are reserving energy, which means that you are able to gain back energy, which means it continues momentum. So, for example, kinetic energy that's in motion will stay in motion. When things are in motion, they will stay in motion. When things are at rest, they stay at rest. The hare, though, had a high velocity of kinetic energy, but it has such high velocity that it was not able to maintain its own momentum. When it comes to a slow moving kinetic energy similar to the life of a tortoise, it will be able to maintain its momentum during long duration because it's able to have a consistency in its energy source and how it uses it and how it breaks down the metabolism um, and its enzyme within that. Going back to the reading though is followed by the Four of Swords reversed. And the Four of Swords reversed is pretty significant to me because the Four of Swords falls right underneath the past card, which would mean what happened in July. I feel like it's kind of interesting that is what they're thinking about. They're thinking about July, what happened in July. You all know what happened in July. It also talks about as well as, it's interesting because I was thinking maybe like 45, but maybe they're thinking about Biden. Maybe what happened with Biden. We have here, we have the strength card in reverse. So slowness, weakness, the past, going back to the past, thinking about what happened in July. Then here for 45, though, we have healing, which is temperance. They want to heal the country. They want to be able to do this. But the only way to do it is you have to remove 45, what's the obstacle to the situation. 45 is not willing to give up his power and relinquish it willingly. You have to fight for the power. You have to fight for it. If you want it, you have to take it. And this is the Five of Wands. It goes upright underneath the Four of Pentacles reversed. Now we have the White House card in reverse here, which means loss. Right? Loss. So this is interesting here because the loss card falls underneath the Four of Wands, which is my White House card. And we have here someone that is kind of being, what to call it, the Nine of Cups here, where there's somebody who is very ignorant and just taking their achievement to heart. But this is 45 and his executive order. We have here the Knight of Pentacles. Something is waiting to come into fruition. Something is waiting. And the top of the deck here, we have the Page of Swords reversed, which means somebody is not willing to fight yet. But what's the bottom of the deck here? We have the Ace of Swords reversed, which tells me defeating the incumbent not likely, or removing the incumbent party. The incumbent party now is the Republican, no longer the Democrats. And here we have the Hierophant. So we have here someone's not willing to fight, that's the government. And here's the American people, here's the voters, which is the Ten of Pentacles here, and yeah, and here's the woman. I don't think the government is willing to fight for the woman. I think the Nine of Pentacles is reversed here. This is telling me that the government is not going to do its duty, it's not going to uphold its constitutional duty to do what's right for the women and do what's right for the people. Now, I am going to ask the cards, because we keep getting Harris is going to be president. Is it possibly related that it doesn't necessarily need to rely on the government to do anything, but maybe solely on the people? And will the people do something that causes her to become president? If you guys not have watched my What is Snake video, I highly recommend you go and watch it. It was actually really good, very enlightening. I think it's pretty informative, I would say. So spirits and angels tell me, will Harris become the 47th president of the United States? Will Harris become the 47th president of the United States? No. No. Okay. Is Harris the 48th president of the United States? Is Harris the 48th president of the United States? What is that card now? Yes. So maybe it had changed. Maybe she's now 48th. Now maybe not 47th. Here is the defeating the incumbent. In defeating the incumbent party, it would be the Republicans. Because this is 47 here, and the 47 means no, because we have here Page of Swords, which means she lost an opportunity to become 47. We have the government, which means we already have a person in position of power who is 47. We have here the American people, or the election, or the Electoral College, which is the group of people. So they already decided whether it was fraud or not. They already decided who was the 47th president, and it's not a woman. If they chose a male, which is why the male is upright and the woman is reversed, which is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like, to me, 47, no. 48, it looks like it has decreased from 49 when we last read on it. So that's a good improvement for her. When we act also regard to 47, we have the Five of Pentacles. She needs to not walk away from the issue. And if she doesn't walk away from, becoming 47, she could become 47 eventually down the line. But in essence, when she's probably sworn in, she's likely to become the 48th president. Because remember, they have to declare him illegitimate. I don't think they're going to declare him illegitimate in time for her inauguration. So she might actually be 48th. And then Trump gets declared illegitimate. He gets his number stripped. And then she becomes 47th. And here we have the Temperance card. Where's it, the Two of Cups? Well, the Two of Cups there, but that's the Temperance card. It's that balance. You need to be able to fight for the title of 47 while being the 48th president, and what it feels like. Alright, so now that we asked that, let's go and see when is she likely to become president. And then we'll end today's video with that. And you guys let me know in the comment section below what you guys been getting. Again, my guide, like I said, told me that she was not ready for this. And when I say not ready for this, I mean like she's not ready for me to do the video, but I just did it anyway, because I wanted a little, like, I wanted like a little heads up, I wanted to see what's up, So Spirit Angel, tell me about Harris. Will Harris become president within the next 4 years in the United States. Okay, we have a challenge here. Something has already been decided. We have the Lovers card in reverse. We have here the bottom of the deck here. This is more iconic than anything. It's the Seven of Swords. That's something being stolen from her. And here we have the top of the deck. Here we have women celebrating with the Three of Cups. What is the challenge to this reading? What's for asking whether or not she will become president within become Madam President within the next 4 years. We have here the Page of Cups. The challenge to her presidency is J.D. Vance. The challenge to her becoming president will be J.D. Vance. Here we have him. He's the challenge, and he is the little sneaky fish. And here, going towards the future, because remember, these two are towards the future. So when a card is upright, but facing towards this way, heading towards the drawer or the cabinet, they are facing towards the future. So this is the future, this is the past. So this is past, future, past, future. So both of them are heading towards the future, which means that Vance is likely to become president based on this reading. Or he will be a challenge, a significant challenge to Harris becoming the 40th president. And here we have the moon here, which means something is hidden or something about to be revealed heading towards the future. Now, the revelation could be in essence just more clarity on the situation. Doesn't necessarily mean like an actual bombshell. It might just indicate that there's clarity in the situation. Here we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. The Two of Pentacles means that something has been decided. The decision that has been decided is that she will go on to defeat the incoming party or the person in position of power. This is interesting because he goes right through the Vance. So if they'll stay in a head-to-head mashup in a excuse me, oh my god, I don't know why I can't speak today. Hold on, let me just drink some water. I'm gonna drink some water. Okay. God forbid there was oh, now I can speak a lot clearer. Because it is Ace of Swords here, and the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups crossing it and challenging the Ace of Swords, it is telling me here that in the head-to-head mashup, I will put my bet on my state is not financial advice, and this is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not legally liable for anything you do outside this video. So if I were to put a bet on it, I would bet on like Harris that she will defeat Vance in a 2028 election mashup. However, in other scenarios, she could defeat him if she puts her mind to it. She could defeat him. Even though he's the de facto next one up, he's the heir to the throne, doesn't necessarily mean that she can't kick him off the air. We've seen many kings and queens fall, or potential kings and queens fall, before they even got a hold of the royal title king and queen. We saw the movies, right? You mean this won't be a surprise. And underneath here we have the Lovers card, which is that unification. They're gonna have to divide. I feel like Harris and whoever this person is, she has to divide her morals and understand that she needs to fight for this. If she wants to become president, she has to fight. She can't just sit there and have it both ways. She can't just say, I want to do what's best for the country, and I'm not going to fight. I'm going to let people fight. If you really want this, you have to go out and fight, even if it divides the country, because in essence, the country's going to go into a division anyway. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do to avoid that. That's something that's always going to be in the United States birth chart. That is something that's going to happen. You could choose to put America on the right path towards a better tomorrow, or you can choose to let America, fall victim, knowing the real truth, and you yourself are a part of the conflicted. You are being complicit. So anyway, it's kind of interesting to really see the dynamic here and how it plays out. Here we have the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups again. People are celebrating. What are they celebrating? They're celebrating that there was somebody walking away. So this is the Five of Swords here. Someone's walking away from this. Who's walking away? We have a new transfer of power, or a peaceful transition of power, which means that the way we do things, the status quo, has fallen. So the status quo in the United States is falling. And here's the Ace of Cups, which is the outpour of support or reliance. I feel like they're just doing what is not meant for the general population, or what they should have done, but this is what they could have done. So, because it says here the Ace of Cups, the verse that the general population did not vote. The general population did not vote for 45. And here we have Sleepless Nights, the Nine of Swords, followed by the Presidency card in reverse. So I do feel like in some way Trump is going to go through some nightmare. How do we know this? It's the Seven of Swords. What happened to Harris? Well, we all know what happened to Harris, but we'll just go over it again. The election day came around with adjustment. A new president was elected. It was not her. Therefore, it was going to be 45, which is entered in as the emperor. With the Knight of Swords, he didn't go in very fast, but even though the results were called fast. And here we have is the Five of Pentacles. He was supposed to lose the election. He did not. It ended up being a surprise victory, a reversal of the past. And that's saying that he did not walk away from that he decided to become president, even though that he is not meant to be the incumbent. In addition to power, it was supposed to be the incumbent who win. However, he caused some trouble in the United States, and because he is handed the leadership role, it's not within divine timing, so this is not the divine order of things, and because of the divine order or lack of divine order, or honoring the divine or the universe and doing things outside of the universe and what the universe wants, you will experience some sort of death, whether that is of the manifestation of the physical or the metaphysical, and here you will experience loss. So that is what 45 is going through. All right. I think it didn't necessarily tell me when it was going to happen and when it's going to take place. It just told me that this is the outcome if it was to occur as is. But I don't really see any indication that, in terms of time frame here, I don't see any indication. It could be as early as a month, it could be as late as 4 years. But we will see. I'm going to read one more time, see if I can get an answer. I don't really think I'm gonna, but we'll try. We'll see if we can get an answer. I'm gonna try. That's the best thing I can do for you guys. It's try. Alright, so spirits and angels tell me, will Harris become president in the next 3 months? Will Harris become president in the next 3 months? Or is likely to become president in the next 3 months? Former Vice President Harris, will she become president? Will be likely become president in the next 3 months. You have here, you have a challenge already. You have enlightenment, elimination, revolving around the presidency. You have here, she has to fight. If she wants to, she has to fight for it. She's not going to be handed to it. Yeah, she has to fight for this. And she has to understand that this is not going to be peaceful transfer of power. She does not owe it to him. She does not owe him anything. She does not owe him a peaceful transition of power. Remember, 45 didn't give Americans a peaceful transition of power, so why should she? We have here is the Ace of Cups, thinking that the general population did not really want her. That's in her mind, or that did not want him. And here we have something gets rained down, the truth possibly, and here we have a political death. So I feel like if she was to pursue it, she has to act. But here's the Three of Swords. She feels betrayed. Who's being betrayed? It's actually 45. Excuse me. Yeah, and then here is yeah. So she was betrayed by 45 with the Queen of Cups being reversed here. So the Queen of Cups, just so you can see it, she's reversed. And we have the Fool card, that he rose to the top even though he didn't really have the support. And this is election night. We all watched election night. We all know how that went. And we saw quite the uproar on that. People just did not go out and they did not vote. At least that's how it appeared to look. And here you have something that smells fishy. Something that smells like rotten fish. What's the top of the deck here? We have a Tower card. Ooh, big, big, big. The Tower card here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So she could seek it if she chooses to do this. For Adam actually chooses to fight, she will become a powerful change. But 45, if she was to pursue that, he would not leave willingly, and she needs to understand that he's going to usher in the world. So something revolving around the world is going to go through some sort of hardship with the Knight of Swords, and we have the Betrayal card again. So I'm going to definitely stay here. It does look like if she wants to do it and she wants to become president in the next 3 months, she has to fight for this. This is not something that's going to be handed willingly to her. She has to genuinely fight for it. And like we said before, it doesn't feel like the government does it. So maybe you guys are going out there, like for me, I'm talking to people at my job and whatnot. I'm telling them all about things Trump did, what the executive orders are, all those things. The problem that we failed to do under the Biden administration, we failed to talk about his achievements and accomplishments. We let the media talk about him. Look how that turned out. This time, get ahead of the game. Start talking about these things now. Tell them what executive order Trump is doing, all those blah blah blah. Let people remember now. Don't tell them, oh, and expect them to remember, because Americans don't remember. So be actively engaged in this. Think every American is dumb, because you're most likely, if you do that, if you do think that, you're most likely right. But treat every American as they are the most stupidest person on the planet, and just let them know and say, hey, listen, this is what this man's doing. Do you agree or disagree? Right? Have a constructive dialogue. Talk to some of these people. Trust me. Trust me. A lot of people are not formed. When you tell them what it is that they need to know, they're more likely to become informed, and they'll be more likely to become engaged. If they are not engaged, does not matter, because politics will be engaging them and in their life. So they don't have to be interested in politics, but politics will always be interested in them. True quote. Done. What's the challenge to the question here is she likely to become pregnant in the next 3 months? We have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands in this aspect here is something of the sort of hardship, rocky territory, rocky water. If she was to pursue this, she has to move quickly, but she has to move very efficiently, but also very sneaky a little bit, under the radar. Sorry, I'm really exhausted, so this is going to be my last video. Here we have the Hanged Man reverse, and the Hanged Man reverse is something that needs to be illuminated. Something needs to get illuminated, truth possibly. Something needs to get illuminated revolving around the presidency. Right, so some illumination revolving around the presidency, aided by the Five of Swords, which means somebody has to walk away from the fight, and it cannot be her. If she wants to be president, she has to be willing not to step back and walk away from that. The card is followed by the lack of peaceful transition of power. It's understanding that if Trump 45 didn't give it to you, so why should you give it to him? Fight for what's yours. Fight for the people. The people didn't choose him, they chose you. People chose you because they believed that you were a fighter. Show it. Because if not, you were just as much of a complicit betrayer as anyone else. Fight. Just fight. That's all you have to do, just fight. Right? I get it. Like a stat, I get it. But if you know the truth, this is where I have the issue. If you know the truth and you know just what the truth really is, and you didn't do anything, and you were just as complicit to say 45 does something and hurts a lot of people and actually harmed them and injures people, or people get killed, you're just as complicit because you knew the result and you chose not to do anything. That's what my issue is. Because we live in an era where people can get hurt physically, and people can get really lynched. They can get hung, they can get killed, they can get shot. We live in this type of world now. We don't live in like a peaceful world. We never did to begin with, but it only further amplified this. And taking proper procedures to prevent all this will be a necessity, not a need or a want. It's a necessity. Here, the next card is we have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is a very interesting card because it comes right underneath the Two of Cups, which means the peaceful transition of power, which means the people did not choose this type of transition of power. And it's followed by the King of Wands, which is conservative card. This has always been my conservative card, like I said earlier in today's video. When the card is reversed, it means that the conservatives are out of power. The current incoming party will be out of power. So it means the people did not want the incoming party. They did not want the incoming party, so they did not want the Republican. And it's followed by something being rained down, and it causes a political death. Well, not a physical one, but a political ending career. So we're asking whether or not she will. I feel like to me, she needs to work for it. She needs to really be up and armed about it. That's why we talk about it on the channel with other people are talking about it. You know, try to get her to notice and say, hey, listen, you know what? Maybe, just maybe I should pursue. Maybe I should just go out and just try. You know, I'm thinking that we're not going to be trying to get Harris to watch our video. We're trying to get one of her friends to watch our videos. And then the friend will tell Harris and say, hey, listen, don't you ever see these videos? Look at all these people saying that you won. Maybe, just maybe you should look into it. And that might be how it works. Right? It's untraditional. Maybe we might be doing something. We might not even know it. We might not know how much of an effect the spiritual community is really having on these people. Remember, politics and spirituality mixed together very well. I mean, look at Ronald Reagan, for example, FDR. A lot of them use astrology and tarot cards to predict their future so that they themselves could be the best version of themselves, quote unquote, best. Okay, so, spiritual angels tell me for Harris, will she become president in the next 3 months? Well, actually, no, hold on, Spirit. We're not going to ask that. We are going to ask, will Harris be undergoing a career change in the next 3 months? And would that include the presidency? So if she's undergoing a career change, please tell me and make sure that it says presidency. It's not going to say presidency on the card, I know that, but just make sure it says occupation increase or something like that. Or just occupation, I don't care. Just something that indicates growth in some way. We have here volunteer, which means work. Right, so this is a volunteer. It's reversed. It means working. What is she working towards? We have here some support, so she needs some support. So I feel like she needs to work for some support. And what kind of support does she need? We have here emotion. So I feel like she is needing to build up her emotional support. So maybe we need to start sending her some love and light and to try to send her some healing. I feel like she is in her head and she's unable to think clearly and efficiently, and that's actually hurting her. That's one thing I got. Okay, so spiritual angels tell me about Harris. Will she be assuming the role of the U.S. presidency over the next 3 months? We have here was originally relationship dynamic, but it was reversed, which means there is a lack of relationship between her and thyself. And here we have is self-employment. Self-employment. She has to be physically employed by a governmental agency, and she needs to take the next step now. So what is Spirit message to her? She needs to take the next step now. She needs to start fighting now. She needs to be able to get the ball rolling. And if she wants to pursue this. And here we have it, keep the faith. You can't make her stop, but keep the faith. And here we have dietary change. Ooh, that card that came out. Yeah, flung out. But keep the faith. I mean, literally what the card said, just keep the faith. And here we have is welcome the new. Welcome the new. And we have here finances reverse. So I feel like in some way, in some capacity, she will have to blossom. The reason why I use the butterfly deck is because she is the butterfly in essence. I told you guys all the time that I kept feeling that she in some way is a butterfly and she needs to transform into a beautiful butterfly. But right now, she's in her cocoon phase. She has not transformed yet. She's in her cocoon. So right now, she needs to be able to heal and that emotional trauma that 45 had given her, because that was part of her soul contract. And once she heals that, then she can start fighting. The question is, how long is this thing gonna take? Because, we don't have exactly 4 years to be waiting. It feels like when 45 in office right now, it feels like we had him for a long time already, and it's only been 7 days. It feels long, it feels heavy, it feels like it's dragging, but it feels like time has been speeding up really rapidly, but it feels like time is really slow, and it will suck, and it's excruciating, and it's painful, and all those things. But that's part of how we grow, right? Sometimes we grow even in the darkest of time. That's when people still grow. Like, you mean look at plants when you do a scientific experiment with plants, right? You put them anywhere in darkness and they still grow, even in darkness. That is a message for you too. You yourself can grow even in darkness. So, I love you. Have a good night, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, peace out, and I love you. Engage with the content, share the video, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm going to read on this some more, especially when I have more energy, see if anything changed. Like I said, my guides have specifically asked me not to do this video. I totally disobeyed them and convinced them to let me do this video in exchange that this is a short one, which indeed had not been the case. So, sorry guys. Anyway, I love you. Have a good night, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.